By the time we moved in, some of the stone had already fallen off the house. And then you start wondering what else is wrong.
Now that sucks.
We've been in this house for, 4 years, and
There's cobwebs inside the fireplace. The spiders have moved in.
that's right.
All of a sudden, you're hemorrhaging money, one invoice after the next.
Do it right the first time. We don't have problems. That's just as simple as that. Do it right the first time. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, baby. But if you're going to do it right the first time. Let's get rid of it. How do you do this to a family? Look at the nest. They got a nest of them. Unbelievable. On the money. T3.
My hero!
Perfect.
Thank you, guys.
You like it?
Oh, do I ever?
Imagine a beautiful custom home. Design, be involved with the builder. How many times I gotta hear this? We wanna build a better home for the rest of our lives. We love the area. We're willing to pay the amount of money the contractor's asking.
For us, it was like, wow, this is great. We can be in the town that we want to be in, and we can be in a house that, is kind of our own house. So yeah, it was a style that we really liked, and we thought, wow, this is really good. The contract was for $285.
$285.
And then there were broken down into sort of payments of like $40,000, $30,000.
One was once the kitchen was installed.
Once the kitchen was installed, once the stonework was done.
Oh, what a nice day. Everything starts off wonderful, great relationship. The build's going good, everyone's excited. It gets near the end, we want more money.
We start getting all these invoices, and they're like, how's that possible?
That was fast. Adele,
Hey.
nice to see you again.
Hey, Mike.
Great.
Walter.
The siding went on the house. Giant, I think that was the biggest invoice.
Yeah,
Like
oh yeah,
on
that
top
was
of what
ridiculous.
was included in the contract.
It was ridiculous. It was like 3 times the cost of the allowance.
The allowance.
This is gorgeous. I'm
Right.
seeing great finishing. There are no cracks whatsoever in the ceiling. Open concept. I
Right.
love the kitchen.
Yep. All we wanted to do was build a house, and we had a contract and we had a price, and it was agreed that if anything was over, we discuss it first and sign off on it and approve it. And it didn't work that way.
And I don't see anything that's really a problem other than minimum code violations, right? Fireplace cannot be used. The brick on the outside is not only not finished, it's falling off.
Yeah, it falls off regularly. The builder put a lien on our house, $69,000. And I was like,
When the lien was placed, he was still working on the house.
yeah.
We weren't even finished up. He was still sending invoices, so he
Yeah.
had just kind of guessed with that number, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how he figured that number out. It's like he hadn't even finished the work.
What the hell's going on here? We have government inspections and then we have new home warranty. What happened with that?
Well, home warranty just didn't come to the table because we didn't pay the builder.
The term, they said, you have received a benefit, so if you've got problems with the house, you should just fix them yourself.
And because we
But you
didn't
can't pay the
in full,
builder if things are outstanding in code.
we had to prove that the builder paid his suppliers. I mean, how ridiculous is that? You can't do that. We have a business to run. We have a life. We spent so much time and effort trying to track things down, get prices on things. You can't do that. I mean, you can't live a life.
Nothing gets done, the job gets stopped, nobody wants to do anything. That includes the government, the new home warranty, nobody, because there's a lien. Now there's also lawyers involved. Nobody wants to be part of this.
Like, it took forever to get a letter answered. It would take like a month. And I'm like, it's a letter. You send it, you get it back. What's the big deal?
How much in legal fees, by the way?
I don't know if I want to say. It's embarrassing how much.
Don't be embarrassed. This guy should be ashamed of himself. That's all I can say.
Well, it's more than the lien. I mean, it was basically our life savings. We had to go into our life savings.
So you won, but you lost.
Well,
But you didn't even win. It doesn't matter, you didn't win. It's not done.
No, we're just
the
happy
permit's
that-
gotta be still open. I'm gonna check.
Yeah.
The problem here that I see is there's no enforcement. No one has stepped up to the plate and said, get your butt back in this house, finish it, fix it, and then you'll get your money. No one. Let's go outside. I'm sorry, I'm just getting a little frustrated here. Where's your step?
Well, I don't know. Well,
They didn't put it in.
we don't have a step.
They settled. They're not allowed to talk. But the house isn't fixed. The house isn't done. Once again, we come in. That exhaust for your fireplace needs to be a minimum of 15 feet away from this.
You know, I don't know anything about fireplaces, right? I would hope that the builder would, or whoever installed the gas fireplace knew about that, but the meter's right directly below the vent.
This is a regulator, and what happens is the pressure underground will be more than the pressure that comes into the house. So the regulator, much like a breathing apparatus for a diver that goes on water, regulates that pressure coming into your home.
Right.
This is what I'd like to call a purge valve. Now, it's not really a purge valve, much like diving, but if the gas ever is pushed too much, it will release some gas. That's why that's got to be at least 15 feet away. That's a hot exhaust coming out from the fireplace.
I mean, we shut it off, but then to actually get it done or fixed or do something about it, nobody was taking the responsibility on it.
This top cap they've used, they just did a mortar fill. And what happens is when rain penetrates that area, runs down the siding onto this point, it can easily get in behind the walls. So now I'm worried about moisture. But what I do see is that we do have a concrete board right in this area.
Yep.
If water gets in behind it, it freezes, it will push it and break it off. I'm seeing a crack over top of the window, right across here.
Because we had the brochures and all the manuals about how it's supposed to be installed on it, we looked at that, and they weren't doing it the way, you know, it was indicated that how they were supposed to actually apply the stone.
More cracks.
Yeah.
As we continue, we're gonna see more. All the way around the house, right?
Yep.
Another crack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here, it's fallen out.
Oh yeah, that's like, yep, there you go.
He assured us that it was being applied in a,
And no
in a
sealant whatsoever.
proper manner and that it would hold up over time. Nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about.
Very sloppy. I mean, it's a nice stone. There's nothing wrong with the stone.
And we like the stone, but it's
It's got to be installed correctly, too.
And we gave him the this is the thing, we gave him the instructions.
Did he read them?
No. It's kind of a dream, and you have this ideal about how it's going to go, and it's this great, you know, thing that's going to happen, and you're going to get the house you want, and you've got a budget, and you're going to work within it, and you've got good people there, you think, and you know that you're going to have sort of your dream. And well, what they don't tell you is that the dream can turn into a nightmare very, very quickly.
I've seen enough.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get all the right people together. Obviously, tomorrow when I come back in and I start ripping down, I can only cross my fingers and hope to hell that we have no moisture issues. And behind that, we're gonna bring in the right people, the right products. I'll go through your house. I'm gonna see what I can do with your roof. I'm gonna fix your fireplace so you can use it again.
Having the Holmes group here is like, well, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like somebody's here to actually make a difference, to
Something positive is going to happen, whereas everything had gone wrong
everything had
in the
gone
past.
wrong. Nobody was here to help. Nobody was willing to step up. I mean, nobody.
What's the issue? It's way too heavy to be held up by 15 nails.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Watch your backs. Watch the cord.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I'd build another house again in the end, because it's been such a bad experience.
Maybe if Mike would build us a house.
We have to remove the brick because the brick is very poor. I'm worried about moisture has gotten in behind it. It's a great product, very poor installation. The major problem is the gas meter, and it's not the gas meter's fault. What do we have up there?
Ah, vent.
Fireplace.
Is that the fireplace?
Yeah, now, is that too high by chance?
I'd say.
So it's too close to the soffit?
Yeah.
The answer is yes. So we have to move it. Do we have a choice where we can move it? No, we're gonna try and just lower it down to the proper height. Problem is that it has to be 15 feet minimum away from the gas meter.
Right.
The gas company came in and said, sorry, you cannot use it. They shut it down. But they're stepping up, they're helping us. We're gonna move the meter over to that location, which is enough away from the windows. Everything's measured out. We need to have, he marked it, 2 feet deep, right from this point, right over to, so we're digging the white line, okay?
So right to the foundation.
Right to the foundation. At this point here, we are approximately 30 inches to 32 inches deep for the line. Here is the gas line.
Yeah.
That shovel will pierce it, so we need to be very careful. Who wants a shovel?
I'll shovel.
Okay.
Right here. You see that? I got a shovel already.
All right, you two are shoveling.
Nice.
You notice every seam where the cement board was cracked the stone? Every seam.
Oh,
There's a seam down there.
you know
Yeah,
what?
there's one back
You're
there too,
right.
actually.
Yeah, they didn't adhere it properly.
Well, that we know, because it's only falling off around all the windows. You can
Yeah.
see that. They didn't finish the bottom. They don't have any type of anchoring to hold it up. I think we should try and salvage as much as we can rather than just
Yeah.
tossing it away.
For sure, this is nice stuff.
It's man-made, so it's not that heavy, see?
I don't think we need
I don't think we need tools.
No. Okay.
Well, that's a good start.
Rock and roll.
Let's hit this one area, get it all off, pull off this concrete board and see how possibly we can pull the whole board off on the next section. Look at that whole piece is moving. Okay, go ahead. Now that sucks. That really sucks.
Holy moly!
This is a joke. That's a joke. I'm sorry, that is a total joke. How heavy is this? Like, that is really, really heavy.
300-400 pounds, I'd say.
What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So times 3, 15. So about 15 nails holding that.
It was a matter of time before this actually sheared right off.
It's a shame because what we are seeing is good products. We see the hardy board, we see the concrete board, we see proper seal with the tar paper. It would have been nice to see a tie par, but at least the tar paper's in. A nice adherence within the stone to the concrete board. The problem is the
Just the
concrete
board.
board.
Yeah.
It's not adhered to the wall
Yeah.
strong enough. That's a lot of weight.
No kidding.
Fell right off the house and then it fell right off the concrete board. Shoddy.
Dave, when he did the check for the gas line, said we were about 34 inches. Now, it may have been at this point, and I believe it travels uphill since the grade comes up. But we haven't found it yet, and we're about 45 inches down. Hard ground, you liking this?
No, not really. Lots of rocks.
Well, we'll keep digging until we hit it. We know we're fairly deep here. We know it's about 24 inches deep here, so I'll dig back. Just keep working our way down till we find it, and then keep digging. Get off.
I've been in here so long, Pete, I'm beginning to wonder why I started this. That is actually hers.
Welcome back.
I just, I have to
I
find
actually
it.
thought that was Pete. I don't think I've ever had the boss give me a wedgie before.
Just in case, it's only 20% chance of rain today. I'm gonna leave the plastic up. We're gonna just continue a little dig to expose more of the gas pipe because he comes here at 12. So let's get everyone in teams and start taking down the rest of it. Keep it clean, keep it all down, and then we're gonna pull down the rest of the concrete board. I'm gonna cut the tar paper back about 4 inches down from the hardy board. Let's make sure the stone goes in one bin, the concrete board, and debris goes in the other bin. Let's prep to get up the tie par. The flashing, Steve will be here this afternoon. And we're also gonna open up the bulkhead on the inside today to check the exhaust vent with hopes that we can drop it down. Don't know until I get in there and we'll determine what we're gonna do with it. We see the efflorescence buildup and all the stains that shows the moisture. But what other indication here tells us that we've had moisture in behind the stone? Look at the nails. Okay, we had tar paper up here. Nails, that means the moisture got behind the tar paper. Nails are rusted. Rusting, signs of water. This whole area right here has now been molded. Why has it been molded? Once again, here's pipe sticking out of the wall. No caulking, no spray foam, no nothing. I think what we're gonna do is do some caulking on the outside and spray foam from the inside. This is an area that's obviously the rain's penetrated, gotten in, and molded the area. Don't use drywall on the outside of the house. Don't use it. It has penetrated the drywall, not only on the front, but in behind it, and has molded up the surface. Now, this paper here is just a building wrap. What it does is protects that bottom rim plate. This is the rim plate. This is where our floor structure is. Comes up underneath it. There's a sill gasket underneath it. Should be. I did see it on the other side. And they'll wrap that up and bring it back in to protect the rim plate. That's major structure. If that's building mold, it's not the paper itself, because this paper doesn't mold. The paper on the drywall does. So we have it molding on the outside and on the inside because it's penetrated right through. Out of sight, out of mind? I don't think so. Take it down. We dug it deep enough for you now, Dave?
Plenty deep, yep. That's good.
What's next?
We'll pinch. It's plastic, we pinch. And the pipe.
Is that this thing here?
That's a pinch off tool.
Ways to make you talk, eh? So you're gonna pinch this off.
We basically make the cut after it's pinched.
Okay. And again, I guess you're gonna now come up, we'll remove this line, and then you're gonna keep your grounded line in so you can always detect where it is, right?
Well, the wire, we'll keep the wire intact, and if we need to lengthen it, extend it, so be it.
This is just like electrical, use a Murat, you tape it up.
Yeah, and it's basically for locating purposes.
We're in the babbling brook here. There's nice fresh water. Probably got a lot of fish down here. We could bring our rods over, maybe catch some lunch. We're good.
One thing leads to another. Now, he's your brother-in-law, right?
Yeah, Walter, yeah. But they were heartbroken in this house. It was like they moved in and I'd come down here and they'd be crying. And, you know, and it took the whole joy out of the whole thing. They were so excited.
You know, it's a beautiful home.
Yeah.
But there's a few mistakes.
Oh, boy.
And the few mistakes... This is the stone that you've supplied for us, right?
Yep, this is the one, Chardonnay Alpine.
Is this about the same weight as the other stuff?
It's gonna be a little bit lighter.
Okay.
Yep.
So that helps. To me, if you're not really well bonded to the house like the other stuff, it's just gonna pull it off
and
the
you're gonna
house,
put it
right?
up right this time too.
That helps. That usually helps too. I like this. It's a little different. If we're gonna change it, I would like to do something different. And this now, what I'm seeing is that we don't have a total pure streamline in here. So I'm gonna assume we don't want the mortar here. We're gonna bond it from the back, ooze it a little bit so it just seals the backside, right?
Exactly right.
'Cause we don't wanna see it here.
It's gonna be nice and tight fit.
Now this I have not seen before. This is not the drywall you were talking about, is it?
Yep, this is drywall. DRI wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not drywall.
No, it's not drywall.
But what I like about it, that's not metal. That's
No, it's just like a gnarly plastic product, and it gives you that barrier, airspace in the back. So if there's any moisture does get in the wall, it has a way of drying out this way.
We're now going to put this on the wall, obviously mesh side to the wall, stapled.
Right. Yep, just staple it on.
Put up the mesh, shingle nails.
Shingle nails, the hole on the left.
Recommended what length?
You just want to penetrate the studs. So if you're about 1 3/4, 2 inches, you'll be fine.
Oh, see, I'm happier the longer the better because I want it in there. I don't want to just touch it. So that's good. Once we're at that, we'll put up our first sparge coat.
Yep.
One or two? One.
Just one, and you want to make sure it's rough. You don't want a nice smooth coat.
So it grabs it when we put
we're
on
gonna
our second.
scratch it. So make sure it's nice and rough, and then we get a good bond to it.
I raked that.
That looks great, dude.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I
you
had to
ruined
towel
it.
it again. I know.
All right, I'll let you go so far, then I'll follow you.
Okay.
I gotta take everything out.
Why?
What happened?
Oh, you got to work your way back
all the
again.
way back.
Oh, it's not as simple as tying in.
No,
Sorry.
no problem. No
Okay.
problem. Everything's gonna come out. We'll just drill another hole.
How long will this take? We're down now. The gas is all done on the outside and moved. So how long to be back up again?
For me, a couple hours. At least.
Okay, that's not bad. Do we have any issues? Because I noticed it flew through the floor joist. We're not going to come down over and out, correct? Or are you going to come this way, back up?
This way. And I'll be up above the, if they ever want to finish the
I would prefer you
basement or
did. I would prefer you did. We don't want to see it come down, and if anything, the gas line should be up in the floor joist. So I thank you for that.
It's gonna take about 3 days, I figure.
3 days, not bad. So you'll start at the bottom, work your way up, stop, then put the sill in,
That's right.
then work to the sill.
That's
Now
right.
we have corner caps, right?
That's right.
So these corner caps will go right from top to bottom, and then we'll bring our stone to the corner cap?
That's right.
Okay, good.
I check the first course so it's nice and level, and then the stones that go on top of it are gonna rest on the first course. So the first course is the most important one.
Good job. Yeah, I like the way you covered up the fireplace, the doorway. Obviously, we're not going to come from the other side just because the wall's so grand and we see upstairs. We'll take the kitchen side, take a look to see what we're finding. My hope is we can get that line down to at least 18 inches that we want that exhaust away from the soffit, that we can drop that line down. We'll just open this area, nice small little cut, see if we can do this without a problem. So many people make the mistake of putting that knife right in the wall. You don't know if there's electrical there, you don't know what's there, so I'm right on the angle.
So Mike, why are you just cutting out this section? Just so that you're gonna make sure that that's like you are able to move something there? Or?
Well, instead of just butchering everything and cutting open and starting from the fireplace, this is where it exhausts out. So let's start where it comes out of the house to see, and if there's a header over this door to see if we can see everything in here. Our void's nice and thick here. So just by cutting this open tells us where to go next. Okay, here's stupidity for you. Total stupidity. If you read the drawings to install a gas fireplace, it will tell you that that exhaust must be a minimum of 12 inches away from any window or door, 18 inches away from the soffit. So we're 8 inches, if we're lucky, to the soffit. So that's no good whatsoever. Do we have room to bring it down? Come on up here. Do we have room?
Yeah.
Tons of room. We have total enough clearance to drop this down 10 inches, which is what we need. Easy, 10 inches. What do we see wrong here? Insulation.
Around that?
What insulation is there?
Oh, pink?
It's not fire rated.
No.
Are we allowed to put insulation around this pipe?
I don't know, I've never done that, but I'm assuming not.
No.
Can you put rock salt? Could you put something like that?
Must be a fire rated insulation right now. We know that's Roxville, right? So
Yeah.
the safe and sound or the safe fire rated, that is totally not allowed. Cut that very gentle, please.
I don't really know what I'm looking for, but everything looks fine. I didn't sever the pipe, so that's a plus.
What do you think of the Hardy as that angle there, that pitch?
The issue's in the valley where
there's no shingle? no metal?
I'm not sure what they did there, Mike. There's a couple issues in a couple of different areas where if these troughs clog, you got a big problem. You already got a big problem. Very poor design. Who builds something like that? I mean, you know it's going to be trouble.
We don't want the gable of the roof to meet the wall like this and trap that snow.
Snow and ice, large volumes of water, and a 4-inch piece of trough. I mean,
well, there's no leaks there. The problem is it is affecting the hardy board on the outside, and we see paint actually coming off in all the areas where there's too much water. You saw something in the back, too.
Yeah.
I am seeing the siding, all the paint coming off that. Is that just a snow buildup?
This trough, the upper trough, dumps out onto the roof, and the water is all coming down that side there, and it's prematurely wearing out the shingles and beating up the siding.
No, it's not going to harm the shingles. It's actually harming the paint.
It's prematurely wearing the shingles out because the water is concentrated there. What they should have done is drop the pipe straight down the wall directly into that lower east trough.
So it bypasses the shingles altogether.
And doesn't beat up the siding.
bro. You're in! Adele, Walter, I just thought I'd take you around for a little walk and talk about what I found, what we're going to do about it. And this is always the part where I'm letting you know what was wrong. Obviously, we took down all the stone. As a matter of fact, it was too easy to take down the stone because what happened was all the cracks were where the joins of the concrete board was at. So there was too much flexibility in that, so that's where it cracked straight down.
Right.
Problem is that water was able to get in behind it. You had to look at the top sill cap where it's only mortar in between. Water will penetrate that area, get down in behind it, freeze, push. Now, these guys installed this when it was minus 21. Am I correct?
It was pretty cold. I don't know the temperature. But
anything under minus.
Sub-zero.
Anything
sure.
under minus is you must cover it up, you must heat it, and you must bring it to a minimum 5 degrees inside that, and maintain that for at least 48 hours.
Yeah, that definitely didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Well, proof's in the pudding. No wonder it came off so easy.
We knew it was being applied wrong, and I mean, it should have been done a certain way, and seeing the way it should have been done, it really opened our eyes. I mean, really, yes, why on earth did he do it that way? Why would he put it up in a way that was bound to fail?
So what we did is once we took it all off, we made sure that we cut the tar paper back probably about this much from the siding. We put down some Typar over top of that with flashing at the bottom, tuck tape all the seams. So our object is to make it breathable, not allow water to get in. That's the job of the Typar, is to make it breathable, but water does not penetrate it. Secondary at another product that is called drywall, DRI, okay, this product here, what it does is creates an air barrier in behind, mesh over top of that, scratch coat, which is exactly what you see here. So here's the scratch coat, and we brought in 3 pros that know how to do brick with their eyes closed.
Wonderful.
Brought in my roofing guys. So we did find a few issues. We can see the buildup. Actually, the paint is deteriorating off the hardy board. Now, why do you think the paint is coming off?
Water pouring against it?
That's the only thing I can think of.
It's always moisture, right? So we've got water because what's happened is they had no downspout at that direction, which is driving the water back to the roof line, tearing it down the roof onto this east trough. Did you have any water pouring over top of the east trough?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, heavy rainfall.
When it rained like heavy, it would just come pouring right over top.
Let me tell you why. Your roof is such a nice pitch, which I like. I really do like it when you have a high pitch. It's about an 8/12 pitch. As it comes racing down that, we'll call it a hill, okay, the roof line, into the east trough, it goes down to you said it was a 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch downspout. So we have a very small hole in that east trough.
Right.
So in no time, the east trough fills. Oh, look at the difference of the... See the difference?
Size of that.
Yeah, that will control water, and that's exactly what we want to do.
Hold a little bit more water.
Yeah.
You see the valley there? Where the siding meets the roof?
Yeah.
No shingles, right?
Yeah, I was noticing that.
No valley, no wrap, no nothing. I can't believe there's no water in the house at that point. They're going to repair all that area so it's not an issue.
Fantastic. And you look at the way the eaves troughs were done, and they're not done to capacity, so it can't handle the water that comes off that roof.
I was very afraid that I was going to have to change the structure in here because visually, was that pipe at the bottom. So first cut was up there. I'll explain that in a minute. Second cut was here. The reason I made a second cut here, and believe me, when I'm done, you won't know I did this. I want to see how they tied this pipe in and make sure we had fire clearance all the way out. We're very important. If we see mistakes, we got to get on it and make sure that it is safe for you to use. I'm not just going to fix that area and not take a look at this.
Right.
I have the room to take it down. So tomorrow we will open it up, bring it down that proper height. I can probably get it to about 20 inches from the soffit, which I'm happy with. It's at least 18 inches away. It's actually more. It's 2 inches more.
Okay, so we thought it might have been impossible, but...
It's not. I mean, open up, I go, wow, this is a little easier than I thought, because I was wondering if I got to go up to the roof. How am I going to restructure this? But they put insulation around that line. And the insulation they used was a pink fiberglass insulation.
Right.
Absolute no-no. It's not a fire-rated insulation. Yes, it is. It's not fire-rated for an exhaust line of a fireplace.
So
it must be a fire-rated insulation.
We could have had a fire?
Yes.
I'm really glad that we actually shut the fireplace down. I'm glad that...
It's a good thing that our inspector caught it because we had already used it for a full winter.
And
when we didn't know it was unsafe.
Yeah, and
so we're lucky. We're very lucky.
We'll keep making it right.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's not killer, but it's enough to say that this should have been done right the first time. I wouldn't be here. It's enough to say shame on him. He should have come back and fixed it.
It's the end of the nightmare.
Yeah, because the nightmare was, 4 years of this and, some resolution. We're actually going to be able to feel safe in our home, feel like we're not going to have to worry about, it collapsing or things happening or fire starting or any of that stuff.
And maybe one day we'll have a housewarming party.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll have a housewarming party. It would be nice to do that.
I worked up until I was about 43 on construction.
No way.
Yeah, my specialty was a jackhammer.
You were the jackhammer, or you actually controlled it?
No, I worked on it up until I was about 30-something. I had no trade. I was just a tough laborer.
We basically drill a hole inside the coping and put tap cones and install those galvanized brackets. One is on one side and the other one is on the side which you can't see because it's behind. Before we put this, we screw this one in. And as well as we put the mortar behind it. So actually the mortar holds it, but before it sets, the brackets holds the coping in place. And that's the fastest, the easiest and way to install the coping. A lot of people, what they do, they put a temporary 2x4, which you can't really finish the stone. You gotta wait for it to set before you gotta remove it and finish the stone. So we have this way, which now we can actually go without waiting a day or day and a half for it to set. We can finish the stone nicely.
We have a couple of days left. We're just getting in the precast step. That should have been there in the first place. We'll make sure it's proper. We got the brick guys on the other side of the house working their way around. I'm feeling good about it. We just repaired the corner. This actually drove me insane that this corner snapped off. And the reason this snapped off is this column post went directly over foundation structure, and then they poured the concrete pad around it. With no rebar, no tie-in, that just broke off the corner. Fixing up the property. We actually added a couple of more shutters to the side of these windows, and one in the front because the homeowners made a request. We said, okay. Vince is going crazy here.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing, pal?
Very well, thanks.
Pain in the butt, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So we're just gonna lower that down, and we just actually have the clearance, don't we?
Yes, we do.
I mean, just. Keep doing what you do, sir.
Thank you.
It's starting to look really good. The scratch coat's up. As they're coming around the house, we can see the top stones are in place now. I like it. I've asked them to rake back the top stone. Very important to me. Really, almost no one does this out here. We'll add a rubberized caulking afterwards. And the reason we're going to do that is we want it watertight from that penetrating rain, especially from the west. That's how it got in the first place. Let's seal it. You know, and minimum code says that when we do a sill at the bottom of a window, and most of the times you see any precast sill, it says you must caulk that joint after the mortar. Who caulks it? I'm the one that comes in, pulls it out. There's mold galore. Let's do it now. It's not a lot of money. We'll make it right. Okay, what do we have here? We got a house that has not passed its final, but I have to either put in some steps, and I talked to the homeowner and they said, you know what we'd really like is a black rail. We had the black shutters on the house in a lot of different locations and not here, but that was their pick.
Yeah.
So I see the black accent working in here. So instead of a step here, I'd like to see a black rail here, 36 inches high, one directly across, and it just turns it into a small balcony.
Okay.
We don't have to put up a rail. But why not? Let's have a rail here, a rail across here, leave the center open, and then a rail on the right.
Like, is this going to stay here?
Yes.
Okay, so fine. But we can do, again, a post here and a post here. So it's not just this huge wide opening. The same type of concept that these little planters are doing, right? It's creating this kind of bookended, you're creating the entranceway, another post here, little rail section in between, and that has more of a decorative entry feel.
I like that better.
Instead of just being wide open, right? Because right now, it's nothing. It's just kind of coming off.
I like that.
And then we'll pull up that baby right there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so there we go. Full scale. Picture's worth 1,000 words. We know exactly what it's going to look like now.
Well, there's no surprise to it, right?
No
Look, you even did the stone in the house.
Again, now we can really pick out that black and white, which is obviously the motif that we're going for on the look. So you get that wrought iron, you get the white look, and you get the kind of this isn't exactly the kind of trim work that we're looking at doing, but it's very close. It gives you the feel of having those posts in the center. But from that step perspective, from the back perspective, it does give the eye candy that you're looking for, and it'll tie in the black shutters and all that jazz.
I like that.
Diet? What diet? I don't need diet.
Try it. Is it any good?
It's excellent.
She's all for it. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Cheers. Cheers. Next. That's cherry diddly, guys.
I'm doing good. Look at that, eh? It's nice to see he's using cedar. Pressure treated wood will be the columns, capped with cedar, cedar top rail, cedar bottom rail, prime it, paint it, lasts forever. Yes, maintenance, but we have a lot of outside maintenance already. Wood columns need to be painted, wood trim around the window. No matter what, maintenance free, no such thing. Is how much maintenance is the question. I saw you writing things down here.
It's my carpenter's notepad.
You're gonna create the same trim effect as the bottom and top of the bigger columns?
Yeah, we're gonna
within reason.
Within reason, yeah. Because I think if we tried to mimic it exactly the same, it might look a bit too demonstrative, just in ratio with size and such.
That's a big word.
So, I know. I took English.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
See, that's why you talk better than I do.
Back in for now. So we'll fit our top piece over the top. Got that nicely tucked into place. Now we're going to add our little trim pieces that really finish off the look to make it look a little bit more like a fluted column than just the plain squared edges that we have on the original columns. Once we add the railing system into this, it'll look fabulous. It'll look really, really good. Very simple picket. Nice as alone as a picket by itself, but we can add some kind of funky little decorative parts to this. Again, people love wrought iron, but they don't like the rust factor of the wrought iron. Nothing's going to happen with these.
Now you're going to have these at minimum, which would be 4 inches apart, and you can change the height. Is that your thinking?
I can change the height. I can put them whatever I want. I mean, for me, less is a bit more. But there's these ones too. So like the idea is to kind of play off in one section.
Yeah, but if you're going to use these, you got to put them in before you build this, because otherwise you're not going to get them back off.
The way that you'll see when we start assembling it, these come through the top, and then when we lay out the railing, we'll know, okay, this one's going to be in the center, and then we'll pass those two little guys over, right? Then we can have these little guys kind of popping in on the side. So you have those two on one, right? And then you space 2 more pickets with nothing on them. And then have this guy sitting over here in the center on this one.
Okay, I like that.
Nice
so it's not a lot of them. It's just a little
accent.
Bit. I like that.
Right?
Last minute rush, you gotta love this. I mean, it's the last day, we're used to it. We're hoping to be done by now, trying to coordinate all of the aftermath, we'll call it, the food, the excitement. But you know what, we're not far away. We got a little bit of caulking to do. We're gonna make sure we caulk all the joints, caulk around all the holes, a little bit of cleanup around the vent, last minute caulking there, a little more raking. The guys are just doing the last touch up on the rails here. Lipstick and mascara, a little bit of caulking, another coat of paint. Looks good, eh?
We're painting the hardy board. It's been used as a shingle, obviously incorrectly, because you can tell by the wear. So not a great application of the product, definitely. But there's a lot of flaking, so we're gonna paint the deck boards. Because of the sun exposure today, I have to paint them in the sun. You don't really wanna do that when you're doing siding or decks. So I would say no more than 1 to 3 boards at a time, and you wanna take the board straight across right away. do the whole board all the way across, so there's no patching or lap marks or anything like that. And that's gonna look the best.
I always get stressed out on reveal days. I see all the little details that we have to hit that probably no one else in the world sees besides Mike and some of the crew, but I'm seeing every little thing that we have to do, and it looks like it's gonna rain, so caulking, we're outside. We have to caulk the whole perimeter of the stone, we have to caulk this, and a little bit of chance of rain, so I'm a little bit stressed about that.
There's always lots of stuff going on. There's different jobs that you have to finish up. A lot of hidden things that we don't even realize we have to do in the end, and it all adds up, but we have a really good crew and we end up getting it all done.
Let me out. I don't know. I know Mike's gonna come in and say I'll be done at like 12 or something like that. I'm gonna say 5 for this one. It's gonna be like the last minute little things that just kill us on this one, but hopefully daylight would be nice for this one. At least not like a 9 or 12 o'clock reveal. That'd be a good change.
Hello.
Adele, Walter.
Hi, Mike.
We're done.
Wow.
Wow.
We're done. Come on out, take a look.
All right, great, thanks.
Another happy ending. Happy endings are good, but imagine waiting 3 years for a happy ending. And how happy is it if you've got to go through the pain and anguish that these two people went through? For me, here's the fun part. Here's where we get to say, okay, look at the difference. I like the step.
Yeah, that looks really
That's
nice.
all stone. That's real stone. Even though the other stone is strong, don't get it wrong. That's the way it's got to be done. And I like the difference in it.
Yeah.
I really
It's got
do.
a much more finished look.
Yeah, it's just nice and crisp. The stone's beautiful.
Do you like this stone over the other stone? It's very close.
It looks great.
It's close to it, but I
like
actually
it
really
better.
like the look. Yeah, I like it better.
I like it better too.
Yeah.
It's a lot nicer finish, and just the quality of the work, though. It's all tight.
Yeah.
Looks
And
fantastic.
best of all, there's no cracks. There's no stones falling off.
It's not going to leak.
It's not gonna
going
leak.
to fall off.
No.
Exactly.
It's just the quality, the finish. It's just the way it should have been.
It looks like the finish of a custom home now.
And that's what we were wanting. And that's, what we got now. And we didn't have that before.
Brought in Rob Graves, his son Steve. They fixed up all the east troughs, downspouts, even the one that led from the garage to the house. So a much bigger east trough and downspout.
Yeah.
What we want to do is control the water more than anything.
Yeah.
With the gas meter, we had a crew of guys come in, and we did move the meter. We then brought in Vince, and we did move the vent to the fireplace. So now you can actually start your fireplace and start enjoying it.
Isn't that nice?
Unfortunately, summer's coming. I don't think you're really going to use it at this time, but it is safe to use.
That's great.
Well, it's so nice to have a fireplace where the fire's going to be in the fireplace instead of maybe in the rest of the house.
That's actually a good point. Now we have rails.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
So you didn't look at those, right?
No.
Oh my God.
Now, Paul and his guys, Paul's very artistic, and I like that. And he's my deck guy. And I in my mind, I wanted black rails. That's all I wanted. But he put this out on his computer. He showed me, he goes, let's match the columns. Let's do this.
Yeah.
A little more work, but it really works.
It suits the house.
Pressure-treated post, cladded with cedar, so all the wood is cedar, so it lasts a long, long time. Then it is primed, 2 coats. Then it is painted, 2 coats.
Just such a relief to have it all done, to be able to close that book.
Oh my
And
God.
even a step.
Well, you had to have a step. I mean, he's not going to close out the permits if we don't have a proper step in there. So I gave you a big step. This way you come down, you have 2 level steps out.
Yep.
I chose to center it, even though your door's off to the left, and it still works visually for me. I really do like it.
Definitely does. We're over the moon. It's
Couple
great.
of weeks, a little bit of headaches, nothing we can't fix. We dressed, obviously a few things had to cut open inside your house. Does it look like we did? I know you saw that.
Are you
No,
kidding?
looks good as new.
Better than before.
Well, it doesn't look like you did anything. What's better is we have a fireplace that's safe now.
Yeah.
Again, we're bringing in a whole bunch of people to finish something that should have been done 3 years ago. And it should have been a happy ending. Now that homeowners are going to recommend him. Are they going to recommend this guy? No. They're going to tell everyone, stay away.
The whole experience for us has been amazing too, because your crew, everybody here, I mean, they treat us with respect.
They clean up after themselves.
It's phenomenal. I mean, I've never experienced that before. So it was amazing.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Wow. It's supposed to be a pleasurable experience, not a nightmare that you've gone through. And 3 years later, give me a break.
It's been a very unpleasant journey up until now.
Yeah.
And to finish off with such a positive experience is just wonderful.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Mike.
Meeting you both.
Yes.
And I'm glad it's done.
Oh.
No more, right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'll take the hug. That's fine. I'll take the hug.
Well, relieved is probably the biggest word. And I think, kind of excited that we can kind of get on with our lives and just not worry about the house, not worry about if there's something that's going to happen, if we're going to get rain in, or if we're going to have a fire, or any of that stuff. I mean, we can get on with our life.
Oh, man, I wish I could do that. That's what I want to do.
Well, that one's in the air. Throw that one to this arm. Up, and then this arm's that way.
Okay.
Go under this, so you're crossing your arms.
Okay, so this one's in the air.
Yep, you did it. There you go.
So you got $5 and you do it for 10 seconds.
For 10 seconds? Okay, do I get a practice round?
Look at this! You're fired. I am never gonna get this. I am not joining the circus. I refuse.